Today I'm creating an adorable walking robot that has the ability to destroy everything in its path. It's time to play with some cogs. Not these sorts of cogs, these sorts of cogs. Every couple of years I get an urge to play around with the create mod, and this time it was actually brought on by a contraption that I saw on Instagram. This walking machine by Quizzle Hizizzle got me extremely excited because it uses rotation to actually move. This is a usual flying machine. The front bit pulls the back bit forwards, and then the back bit pushes the front bit forwards, repeats itself hundreds of times over, almost like a caterpillar. Quizzle Hizizzle's machine works using rotation, so the machine flips over, and then that rotation allows the machine to move forwards almost like a slinky. And these stacked up mechanical bearings are what make the machine possible and work well, and it's a very smart idea by Quizzle Hizizzle. I also love saying that name. In fact, I'm considering renaming myself Mizzle Jumbizzle. On the topic of new things, you may have noticed my new outfit. This is actually the Boulder Bros hoodie, which is available in the Mumbo store. It's time to start walking. I was playing about with these the other day, and I'm extremely curious to see if I can remember how I did my motor. I couldn't, so I've gone back to my testing world, and this makes even less sense. Something like this, to me, feels like it should all work. And then if I glue... Right, what do I actually need to glue together? So these... so this is the thing that's spinning this. So then... At the very least... Those all need to be glued together. And then this should all be glued to this. So it should be this is all glued. And then all this is glued. Is that... yeah. And then I set both of these sequence gear shifts to do 180-degree turns. We should be... That doesn't happen very often. So that's impressive that I've just made the contraption disappear. You know, it's very rare that I pre-work out things before starting recording. The one time I've pre-worked something out, I can't make sense of it. After a lot of unexpected head scratching, here we go. Things are looking good. Everything is rolling over. As per usual with create stuff, I was just gluing things wrong. I was gluing things to the wrong things and it was breaking everything, but now everything is working. So each one of these is where the legs are going to be going. So there's our front leg, back leg right here. And then I guess the body of our contraption can sit on this thing. So if I just build almost like a platform and go underneath as well, I mean, I'm assuming this will be able to pass through that. Yep. Things are a little bit strange in the create mod. Okay, but this is fantastic news for us because now we have rolling hips, but then the ability to attach a structure to this. So we've laid the groundwork, now it's time to build some legs. I've been trying to get some inspiration for how I want this build to look, and it's only natural that I end up on Hal's moving castle. I absolutely love the face, and I think we can do something like this. The legs are extremely skinny though, so I don't know if we're going to be taking those. I also want to get some mechanicalness in the legs, so I have done this. And that gives us a convenient little cover for our creative motors. Except it totally broke, despite the fact that I tested this beforehand as well. Oh dear, I've managed to erase my whole build again. But now I am back in business, and this looks like it's going to work. The cogs should be able to contact something on the legs. So now I'm going to start laying out a rough shape. Okay, if I build this out a little bit, maybe give him some little knees. Gosh, I really don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. Yes, I can get these spinning. The heck is what? A flywheel? Okay. Oh, does this work? It does work. I somehow need to get them to go in the opposite direction. Of course, just another gearbox. Good. I've also got more flywheels. It might be too much, but I'm excited by this sort of thing. I would say we're getting places. Oh, I've added a fan as well. This is way too much fun. It is way too much fun being able to glue things. Look at this. I don't have to worry about block push limits or slime blocks or covering honey blocks and things. This looks cool. Yeah. I think with the addition of the final lantern, that has kept the sort of springy leg shape and it's enough detail now. So let's commit to the glue job. Right, how does this work? I guess... there we go, glue, and then I just need to attach all of the extra bits. I'm not gonna lie, this definitely does feel like a modded thing, but equally it could definitely be a vanilla thing. Like, maybe not in the way that I just did it with the giant hitbox thing, but with the way that you can also do it in Create, which is holding the glue in the offhand as you place the blocks and it glues all of them together. Obviously, they would have to change the block push limit though, which, yeah, I'm not sure they would ever do that. Either way, everything should now be glued. So let's see if this thing actually works, and it does, but I forgot to glue one cog. So if I just attach this to this, that should connect up everything. Then when this moves, yes, everything is still going in the same direction, which is very good news. And the leg is all working. This is very, very cool. I have managed to lose a single block, but that is now connected. Good stuff. Right, let's flip this and put it on the other side. I think I've broken many things. Okay, note to self, copy and pasting a build that is running is a bad idea. But after a lot of fiddling around, I think I now have everything working properly, and I've had to flip a bunch of the gears and things around as well so that these match up, but now everything is looking good. Both the internal flywheels going that way, external flywheels going the other way, cogs going the correct direction. This is a rather cool looking pair of legs. I've made about 300 backups because I'm certain I've glued everything together wrong. I guess I'm about to find out. That looked good, but that was the leg that we know works. That also looked good, but I forgot to glue this cog again. This poor forgotten cog. It's the most important cog. But okay, it looks like everything is working properly. And this thing is outrageously cool. Like, outrageously cool. Now, I've just hooked these up to a link controller. So I'm hoping now when I press W, I should be able to make this thing make steps. Yep, that is fun. It's time to build the body. Now, all I know on this thing is I want it to have some kind of face, and I want it to be animatable. I don't know. I don't know if this is really cute or really kind of mischievous, but I think I'm happy with both, maybe? I've stayed at this for about 15 minutes. I'm not liking it. Oh, but actually, the whole Wall-E vibe... Maybe. Rotatable eyes. And after a lot of faffing around, I've come up with this thing. It's very, very, very cute. And I think with just the tiniest adjustments of moving these eyebrows downwards, it suddenly looks angry. Is there a way that I could make these eyes easily movable? I kind of think there is. So here's my idea. I've got this sort of panes of glass thing that I'm going to glue to the eyeballs, and then I can move that upwards, move it across, left and right, and move it down, and hopefully we should be able to get some vision out of this. So currently they're at the bottom, and I would like the ability to go up into the middle. I don't think I need it to be able to look up, and also these trapdoors would cause a problem with the eyebrows, so I think, yeah, just going up to the middle, and then I want to be able to go left and right. So I'm hoping that this piston layout here should do the job. So I think I'm going to need a regular gear shift, and then the sequence gear shift, and then the sticky mechanical piston. So if this isn't powered, then it will go up like this, and it will stay up, but then when I power this, that is good. Okay, so the same thing goes for this one, but I'm going to need a vertical gearbox, and then I need to make sure that all of this is glued together. So now let's have a look and see if this is functional. So if I press this button, okay, our panes of glass have moved over, fantastic. And then if I push this button again, panes of glass have moved across again. We can move them upwards. If I then press this again, yep, this is all working. I love the fact that I can push and pull extended pistons. It is actually incredibly useful. Okay. I think we're ready for our first test. Oh no, when these go up, if they go left and right, it's going to destroy our eyebrows. Oh, and there's no space for it. Oh, to be fair, the little 2 blockers look pretty good. They look pretty good. And then that looks outrageously angry. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let's do a test of the eyeballs. So if I press D, okay, this thing looks straight at us. And then if I press space, it goes upwards. That's absolutely terrifying. They won't stay in that position for very long. Right, if I press shift, this is so silly. This is the stupidest thing ever. But it's about to get even more stupid because now we're adding attack mode. I've made some subtle changes to both the eyeballs and also the eyebrow color. I really was struggling to differentiate the eyebrows from the rest of the build, but now they're looking good. And this looks so much more menacing when they're pointed downwards, which is excellent news. Oh, except again, when they're up, they're going to conflict with the eyebrows. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't have the up of the eyeballs because it didn't even look that good anyway. And this thing's pretty tall. It's mainly going to be looking down. That is 100% me coping, by the way. But I think I'm correct. Yep, I'm doing it. No more up and down in the eyeballs. All I need to do now is create some up and down in the eyebrows. Do I do something similar in that I have the glass panes going over the top, connected into pistons up here? It seems like a smart way to do things. I mean, to be fair, do regular pistons work with glued together things? No, I don't think they do. Does this look totally stupid? I don't think so. I mean, I think I prefer it without them there, but I don't think it looks disastrous. Then I'll connect these up with a whole bunch of vertical gearboxes. This might actually be a little bit more challenging than I expected it to be. Oh, actually, no, it's not, because we're only moving it by 1 block, so we don't actually need any of the sequence gear shifts or anything. We just need the gear shift. And then a T flip-flop. Oh, I don't have copper bulbs in this version of Minecraft. I've done a standard T flip-flop. Okay, everything should now be good to go. Link controller. And I can hook this up to W for the time being. And we should see... That looks good. That also looks good. So now let's glue everything together. And I should now have toggleable anger. Okay, perfect. Ignore the misglue that just happened there. What should this thing do when it's angry? I genuinely thought there were cannons in Create Mod, but it turns out these cannons are way cooler. But then they're not useful for what I need, but they are much cooler and I will use them someday. Question. If I ignite TNT in front of this very fast-moving fan, what happens? That's really useful. Okay, well then we'll use that. So if we make something like that pop out the side of his head when it goes into angry mode and then give the ability to shoot TNT on demand, I think we'll be in a good spot. Oh no, this could mean the end of the ears. Or I guess we could just attach the ears to the edge of the fan and then they kind of pop out a little bit further. I mean, that might work. Oh, space is getting pretty tight in here. Right, okay, I need a mechanical piston facing into that, and then I need to do the same system that we have for the eyebrows. How am I going to fit this in? I think I should be able to pull it off with just the slightest bit of fiddling around. Creative motor needs to go up here next to this campfire. We'll need to put some trapdoors and things on it. Okay, that's popped out. But then if I continue this redstone line along, that should... Oh no, I always forget to leave space for the little piston extender thing, so I guess we'll have a redstone torch here, and then we will flip this creative motor around. Yes. So now let's do the same thing on the other side, and everything is now all working and looking absolutely hilarious. So now I just have to glue the whole thing together, get some TNT in, and we should be ready to go. Wait. What? Why do the dispensers power as they're moving? Oh no, that's going to be a big problem. Oh, this might be a disastrously stupid idea because I can hear them powering. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay. Is there anything in Create that allows me to do what a dispenser does? Surely. There has to be, right? Well, that's... Oh, that definitely complicates things. I can't... Really? I can't find anything. I've come up with a plan. Dispenser stays empty. We've got a locked hopper, and then when I trigger this redstone link, TNT drops into the dispenser and immediately gets shot out. This machine is finally going to work. So again, let's glue it all together and get this thing running. Oh my goodness, does gluing things together cause significant pain? Look at this thing. Lots of these parts need to be separate from one another. Regardless, after about 1,000 backups, it's now working, and I'm gonna be totally honest, I kind of am concerned that this has ruined regular slime block flying machines for me. I mean, firstly, just the walking animation in of itself is ridiculously satisfying, but there is just so much that we can do with this. I mean, look how stupid this machine is. Like, it's so silly. I just think it's so cool. Everything has actually ended up working so incredibly well. Like, I wasn't expecting to have the ability to create an angry face with automatic TNT launchers out of the ears of a very cute-looking robot today. And that was not on my list of things that I thought was going to be possible. But yet, here we are. This has been fun. I think I'm going to be playing around with Create a lot more over the next couple of weeks. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya!